Okay, so I just thought of this song.
What
for the
song?
show? It's a theme song. Listen.
For our theme right now?
Yeah, go.
Kurt has kids and an SUV.
Joey scans Reddit obsessively.
But we share music and a chromosome. It's a bromance built to last and last. Dudes of future past. Dudes of future past. Kurt and Joey's podcast. Dudes of future past.
I want to wait until, and this is, by the way, welcome to the Dudes of Future Past podcast.
Yeah, let's do a proper introduction. Although, we'll do a proper intro. I can cut all that stuff out about killing the president.
Oh no, why not? It's
No,
2018. Everybody's talking
the
about
death of
killing the
JFK.
president. This
is gonna get us in a lot of trouble.
Who cares?
We're already being listened to because there's code words that come up.
Yeah,
Hey, spoiler alert. That's what we're going for here. Oscar.
yeah. We
Oh,
want to
okay.
get ratings. This
We
is
want
how
people
we
to
get,
listen to us.
This is good, right?
It's the best way to go. Yeah, I think. Let me try it again.
Level.
This is how we do it. We're a professional
Yep.
program.
Testing on the air. Very special guest sitting in with us tonight.
Joey, we do have a special guest.
Right?
You've seen him. I know you've seen him. I'm not talking about the listeners right now. You've seen him on my front porch.
Yep.
You saw him
he was-
walk.
get
to the
out of his
chicken coop,
car.
Got out of his car.
That was
Can
cool.
we
I
tell
saw him do
everybody what
that.
you're driving?
Sure.
Lincoln Continental, 1978.
Beautiful.
With
Beautiful
gold
car.
rims.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Blasting Latino gangster rap.
Yeah,
which-
which I didn't. Yeah, kind of off-brand for
Not a big market
Kind of
for that.
on-off-brand. I don't know what you would say, but I really was surprised. Took up like 6 spots.
Yeah.
It's a huge car.
And
Got,
like
a
before we could
jacuzzi
shake
in the
his
back.
hand, he handed us his resume, which
Right.
was a bold step.
Yeah, and it's also 20 years old. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, in black and white.
Oh yeah, no, The Office wasn't even on there.
No, it wasn't. I don't know why he didn't do that. He's like, I'm not even claiming that.
Right.
I'm not claiming. You don't even
Yeah.
bother.
I haven't renewed anything.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, we're blessed with Oscar Nunez
Yay!
in the chicken coop. You can
Hi,
say
everybody.
hello now.
Hi, everybody.
You were we go a little bit back. We have the same representation.
We were just talking about that off air.
Off air. All that is off air. Nobody will ever hear that conversation except for these walls and Joey.
Yes.
You're very special, Joey.
I feel special. Me and the walls are gonna go get a drink after this and talk about it.
I was also not only do we have shared representation, we've hung out at Oscar parties, not your parties, but Academy Award parties.
Yes, probably over Burns' house.
Yes. And you probably did you win the contest that year?
No, he always wins.
Burns is really crazy.
He's really good at that.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Burns sometime. Get him
Burns,
on the show.
Regan Burns.
Regan Burns.
Get him
Just
down
for-
here. Yeah.
Also a Disney alum.
Yeah, name
Yeah.
dropping for all those people that are like Regan Burns
Is
from
he-
the standoff.
Is he the buff guy? He's super buff
He's
now.
super buff.
Is he
It's
really?
Amazing, yeah.
That's
He's
something that Disney Channel dads
shredded.
do. After Disney Channel dads, Ben King and from Liv and Maddie is buff now.
Is he
Disney Channel
buff?
dads get ripped.
Yeah.
Eric Allen Kramer, fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Every
Brian,
every Disney
Crazy
Channel
Joel
dad.
McHale.
Yeah,
Joel McHale, Brian
McHale's ripped.
Spanik, yeah, they're all buff.
They're all buff now.
I was not a Disney dad, so I got
Nope.
fat.
Disney guest stars
the other
just,
way.
Guest stars
yeah,
go the other way.
Just
yeah.
move out of Hollywood. LA proved to be too much for the man.
Then they do CrossFit. They have
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, they go, oh yeah.
CrossFit is just lifting tires. Like
And
just go
ropes,
to,
right?
Yeah,
Swinging ropes around.
just go to a junkyard and
Do you
lift
have
things.
a regimen, Oscar? You're a
Yeah,
fit
you're
fella.
ripped.
You're good looking shape.
I do a little bit of stuff. I box a little bit.
You box?
Yeah.
That's cool.
a
Do
little
you
bit.
worry about the face, the puss?
Oh,
the
no,
puddle?
I don't.
No, stay away from the face.
I said I don't want to spar with you. I've seen him spar with guys, and I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
really?
need. I just want to work out. And then one day he's like, I have a surprise, like holding something behind his back like it's a bunny, and it's a sparring helmet.
Oh,
He's like, here you go. You're not working. You're on hiatus for a while. I'm like, all right, let's spar. Let's spar.
try it.
Let's spar.
You're curious.
Let's spar. And it's like fighting a wall. And he's shorter than I am, but he's a pro. He's retired.
this is your trainer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in the valley.
Oh my. Oh, so
He's
you
a
go in the
former-
hot valley.
Yeah, I'll spar him again at some point. But I'm like, Ricky, let me spar other guys in school, in
Yeah.
class.
Right, yeah.
He's like, it doesn't work. I can't do that. People don't stop when I tell them to stop. People
Oh,
get hurt.
jeez.
I spar everybody. He'll spar everybody.
And
Whatever
you got a
their
target
size.
on your back. You're Oscar from The Office. People are like, I want to take him down.
Yeah.
There's
I
other
wanna
people that
Do?
J.K. Simmons.
Oh, J.K. Simmons.
trains
Yeah.
there a little bit.
Ah,
But like,
cool.
and I've seen him spar. People spar.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of ripped old men or
I know.
older men.
God.
Yeah.
Hollywood is full of ripped old men.
and
Yeah.
other people, yeah.
Well, there's other people
Not
too.
calling
No,
you
no,
old
no.
man.
We're not saying they're all ripped older men.
No, people at the school.
Oh, the people. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go box.
I know.
Maybe I'll hit a boxing
It's
thing.
in the,
You wanna
but you're
do that?
leaving. You're leaving.
I am leaving, but you know what? I got time. I got a couple months before.
Do you really?
The end of June, I'm gone. But
Go down. I'll talk to you afterwards.
Yeah?
It's right in the valley.
it's right here.
So nice.
Yeah,
It's on-
right in the valley,
okay.
right across from the Nissan on
Let's not give an
Ventura
exact
Boulevard.
address. Okay,
I'm not
I know
huge-
what that is.
I like boxing is like a great workout, and it's like great for upper body, and it gets you that kind of like sculpted where you look like you're doing something as opposed to just working on your muscles. But sparring's like it's scary. You're fighting somebody
is-
that like did it for a living.
Well, look, you don't spar right away.
Yeah.
You go for a long time, and then he's like, "You want to spar?" And you say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys say, "I say no because I have to work. I don't want to go."
You can't break that beautiful face.
And even if it doesn't like hurt you, it gives you a headache, and it hurts to get hit.
Yeah.
He gave me a couple body shots. I took a knee.
Do
I'm
they
like,
teach you how to take the neck, like, because it feels to me that would be my biggest thing, like hitting the neck. My neck would be sprained or something like that.
I
don't feel any of
can't
that.
stress enough. No. Go for the workout. Do not spar.
Do not spar.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
that's good.
unless you're a UPS driver or something, and you can
No,
and you're young. And you
no.
can, it's not fun. It is not fun to get hit. It's fun to work out,
Love to
Yeah.
work out.
but it's not fun sparring.
Yeah, I have a buddy that's like a boxer, and he takes us out like doing that, and then at the end of every like, it's just our friends. Our other friend has a gym, so it's just empty, and he's just like, okay, in the last 10 minutes, well, I'll just like spend 2 minutes sparring. It's fucking miserable.
It's
'Cause
miserable.
It's just fighting.
No.
Like I don't. It's called sparring. Like of course he's pulling his punches. Like, but it's like that thing where you're like sword fighting in a movie, and the person like shows off their moves, and they're like really good. And they learned a lot, and then the person just does like one little block and then stabs them. That's what it feels like. It's
Yeah.
like no matter what I do,
And they're
he's
like,
gonna know how to.
And they're like, go ahead, hit me. Like, go for it. Which feels weird. You hold back because you're like, this
Yeah.
is unnatural.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been fighting since they're 8 years old. They get it.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that you unlock this sort of not inbred, but this natural man like instinct to survive and fight. Like
Yeah.
I've had a friend in college. I remember we got drunk one night and
Tony?
Tony. You remember Tony?
Tony.
Yeah, and he was like when he got a little lubricated, he was like, oh, let's wrestle around a little bit. He starts shoving me and
God.
punched my shoulder, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm not into it. And then finally he hit me once, so he baited me until I'm like, finally I snapped and like, boom, I got him in a headlock and I started punching him in the gut. And then he's like, yeah, and he's smiling. I'm thinking, oh, he wants this.
Now he loves you.
And
Yeah.
now he's like punching me. We're going back and forth, and he's ducking and weaving. And he's circling me. I'm like, no, dude, cut the shit. I was just having a nice little buzz for a second, and
Yeah.
now I'm mad.
Nope.
And then he was going for my eyes. He tried to gouge. I'm like, all right, now you've gone too far.
Good.
Well,
And
yeah.
what happened?
And then we don't talk anymore.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to hit him, then you're best friends.
Oh no, we did. Yeah, we hit each other pretty hard. I mean, I thought
He had it
dislocated
in
my
for
jaw.
you. He wanted to.
I don't know if it was
He
a sort of
wanted-
closeted
was it-
homosexual
was-
thing.
Was it
maybe?
other guys or just you? Hey,
me.
Yeah,
Just me.
Same thing happened to me.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, in DC.
Was it Tony again?
Was
It was
Tony?
Tony.
He gets
He's a-
around. He does
he's
get
a big
around.
guy. There's
He's a
this
nomad.
Irish law students used to summer. This is the '80s. Used to summer in DC, New York. They come over for the summer.
Okay.
And so there's a bunch of guys from Ireland in DC in the summer, and it's great in Georgetown, and they're all great guys. And this one guy who was staying with us, Declan Guilfoyle, they're all tall and whatever and lanky, so they don't have anything to. He was around my size. He looked like Roger Daltrey.
Oh wow.
And me,
Handsome fella.
me being Latino, I don't know. He was nice. He was my friend, but every time we'd start,
Was he ginger?
No, he was blonde.
Oh, okay.
It's like right,
All
and he keying on me. He'd keying on me. Oscar, let's go. I'm like, oh my god. Until finally, we were in a bathroom and nobody was around, and he's like, hey, and he like punched me a couple times, like you said, and I swept his feet. I swept him.
Oh, look at that.
And both his feet went off the ground. Thank God. He landed on his back. And
Oh.
hurt his elbow, and I fucking looked down at him, and I faked like kicked him on the face and walked over him.
Yeah.
And then he came out and he was pissed, but he stopped picking on me.
Oh God.
And he's
thank
like,
God.
you hurt my arm. You hurt my arm. And all his buddies were laughing. You deserved it, Declan.
Yeah,
Leave him alone. And I'm like,
dumbass.
fuck you. Yeah. But,
I don't get that. Yeah. I
but
don't know.
me, they keep, and you can't, all you can do is fight them. There comes a point where you're like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah,
and you're
exactly.
right. Is it
Women
some
don't
latent,
get it. It's not
latent
in women.
homosexual thing too?
It kind of is.
There's this thing.
We're gonna contact.
Like
we're gonna
Kurt-
have contact.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, you're fucking drunk. Is this like, this would be flirting if we weren't fighting.
Exactly.
Leave
Right?
me alone.
Yeah. Stop it. There's an unhealthy obsession you have with me.
Obsession.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy
And
obsession.
and yeah, no, he's still, I don't know. He's a writer.
He's around. He's
I-
fine. He's married with
I'm
kids.
sure.
or
I'm
whatever.
sure he's fine. He was kind. I think he sort of. I don't know. I don't know if he was just writing it off, but I feel like he kind of figured himself as one of those writer types. What am I thinking of now?
Raconteur, bon vivant.
Yeah, one of those sort of. What's the
Like
guy? I'm trying
Thomas
to think
S.
of that
Hunter?
particular. Yeah, maybe like a
Hunter
Hunter
S.
S. Thompson or a who's the guy with the beard?
Bukowski?
Hemingway.
Oh,
I think he thought of
he's
himself
a
as
man's
Hemingway.
man.
Man's man.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking of- yeah, sorry,
Load
that
my
block.
pipe kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like we gotta come on, yeah, let's show what men do.
good. Lord.
The more man's man a person gets, the more their fighting becomes like 1920s style,
Hey.
like
Right?
boxing.
Yeah.
Like shirtless, mustache, bald.
What did Hemingway say? There's only 3 sports:
Yeah, what were they? I can't remember.
race car driving, boxing, and bullfighting. He said everything else is just hobbies.
Just hobbies.
If you,
Yeah.
you must be able to get hurt.
You must be.
kinda-
There's a. Well,
I like them though. Race car.
I
Driving.
like both from afar.
They're
except
all
they-
timey, right?
Yeah, they are all
bullfighting. What the fuck?
Yeah, like bullfighting is one of the only 3 sports. Really,
Yeah,
bullfighting.
the only 3 sports: car driving, bullfighting.
Kind of into basketball.
There's
If
a
they-
4th
If they
sport.
released an orangutan in the ring who had a
He wouldn't do too hot in
what, a
2018.
virus.
No, he'd
yeah.
hate
It's a real man sport. People would be like, okay.
Then he'd
Ernest.
see an Instagram post of a guy in like male rompers or something.
Yeah.
And he'd fucking flip out.
Flip
I
out.
love male rompers. Me and Ernest would not get along.
No, you would not.
He
No,
was
I
a
don't
pretty
think so.
good writer. What's a male romper? Do you have them?
No, it's just a one piece. It's just like shorts and a shirt built into one beautiful
I
package.
saw that the other day. You don't wear that?
No, so I got like a jumpsuit, like a flight suit.
Yeah,
and-
full suit, no shorts.
Full suit.
Yeah,
no
no
shorts.
shorts. No, full pants, long sleeves.
Imagine that
Or it's a Coachella, I
with
look
a
like
floral
a boss.
pattern shorts with short sleeve.
I would wear that.
Alan
shit.
Cummings. Alan Cummings.
That
That's
was-
something
yeah.
he would wear.
That's what he would.
Absolutely.
Yes.
At the Met Gala.
Yeah, I would
Right.
wear it. I would wear it because I wanted to like destigmatize that it's like a gay thing to wear a male romper. I want to
Yeah.
wear a male romper and then have patches of bullfighting, race car driving, and
Oh, that would be
Boxing.
hilarious. Like
Yeah.
the most manly.
You're sponsored by a tobacco company.
yeah. Thanks, Camel. Didn't know you were still around.
Unfiltered, of course.
What's
Of course.
the chewing
Chewing
tobacco?
tobacco.
Chaw. What is it?
Chew.
Wasn't there a big one?
There was a, yeah.
I can't think of it now.
Not a big guy. Skull.
Skull.
That's the big one.
Skull.
Skull.
What a gross thing that is, but
I-
also very manly.
Did you try that? You ever do that? Did you
No.
play Little League or anything like that in school or when you were a youth?
Chewing gum. I'm not gonna. You tried Skull?
Yeah, well, there was like it was one of those dumb like high school
Sure.
things. Some guy passed around. We were all playing in the baseball team, and somebody hey, try this, and I start like don't eat it, just you chew it and you stick it between your
supposed
gum.
to- yeah,
I'm like
just-
I could feel the cancer.
Yeah, it's exactly how I felt.
Starting in between my lip and my
it like
gums. Like,
staining
why would
my
I do
teeth.
this? Yeah, like this is dumb. And then you get this weird high, this buzz that I was like, oh, and then I threw up. I wanted
You're
to.
supposed to be playing baseball.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
why do guys do this? Which is funny because that's the whole thing with baseball is the guys run the greenies, they do the coke because
Yeah.
they're
I
the most
hate-
mind-numbingly boring sport.
Again, hey Lucas, thanks for listening.
Hey, Lucas. No.
Baseball is such a weird sport to me to where one of the biggest parts about it is what you do to kill the time when you're not actually playing. Like there's a whole big thing about chewing tobacco, and now they're making like little coffee pouches that you put coffee in there to like kick the chewing tobacco because it's like
You still need a buzz.
everybody's addicted to it, or you need some kind of buzz, or you need something to do because baseball is the most boring fucking
So
sport.
no
in the
cup
world.
of coffee. Just they want the things in pouches they
I
can
think-
keep
yeah.
between their.
I think
Yeah.
it's like a nicotine patch sort of deal. Like it gives you
But
that
it's-
oral
it's
fixation
coffee.
feeling, but without being just poisonous dry tobacco.
Right.
It's just such a weird
They're
thing.
like one pouch away from breakfast.
Yeah.
We're scrambled like bacon. There's no time to eat, but
That's not a bad. That's $1 million. We should cut this out of the podcast because I think we should get bacon patches.
I think
Bacon
that's-
pouch.
I think that's Back to the Future too,
Scrambled
with that
egg,
little
right?
pizza.
Oh, that's right.
But you played ball in high school.
I played for the first couple of years, and then I was like, I got into acting. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
then
want to
I
be a
got-
star.
I wanted to be a big star. They didn't like when I was singing and dancing in the center
yeah.
field.
You're
so.
shortstop, Kurt. Keep your legs on the ground.
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
He's the only guy to run a home run and then do a bell kick after he got the home run.
It's very weird the like that dynamic of I feel like it's a different thing now. Joey, you could probably speak to this, but like for me and I don't know, maybe for you, Oscar, like when you were growing up, like the high school, the jocks were that prototypical or meant to feel like that they were that prototypical guy's guy. Couldn't sing pretty songs or couldn't, wear pink. You were a fag if you did that or, like they were like guys, you know what I mean? And then, but now I feel like it's a little bit more open. Like it's still a huge deal when a professional ball player comes out. right?
Yeah, it's one of those things that hasn't really caught up to the times. I feel like.
That's still true, right? Right. That's still
Right.
true. Those guys are still guys. They're still like football teams raping. Right? There's a
Yeah,
time where
of
we defend them.
course.
That's still. But what's happening is the other people aren't staying quiet.
Right.
So the Glee teams are like, we're fucking here too.
Right, yeah,
and
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
coming out and we want gender, all that. But those guys still haven't changed. They're
They
still like,
haven't.
we're not going to wear pink. Fuck you guys. But
Yeah.
the other, everyone's getting louder. Everyone else is saying, we deserve this too.
Yeah.
We deserve jackets if we want them and letters and to be heard, just like you guys.
Yeah, exactly. The glorification of them, like as just athletes. Like, I mean, what are we saying? 90% of them don't play professionally.
Oh, it's
Right,
99%.
Oh, I would say more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? They don't go
Not a
out.
number.
But like
guy.
also
Yeah.
that and we've talked about this a lot on the podcast. It's changed. Like when I was going to high school, it wasn't the jocks on the football team. Although we had a really good football team, weren't the quintessential man's man.
Wow,
kinda-
already it was changing when he was in high school.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
no.
see?
I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area. We've talked about this a lot. The people that came out as gay or bisexual were immediately like propelled to the top of their class. Like the most popular person in the gamers was the guy that came out as bisexual or whatever. And so it became this kind of weird, like everybody's competing to be like the new jock.
Yeah.
Like there were theater kids and band kids would all hang out. And I always thought about that because my dad was like, there's always a hierarchy in high school. There's always like the cheerleaders, but it's not really like that anymore.
No.
Sometimes the coolest kids are the kids that all play the same video game and can all talk about it. And it's not because they all have the same class, but it's all because they're hanging out for the 7 hours after school online playing video games, and that's how their friend group gets together, as opposed to their friend group gets together because they're all in chess club.
Right.
It's like different things are getting.
I was
groups
thinking
of
the
kids
same
together.
thing. I don't think Glee, like when I was in high school, Glee would never be accepted by anybody. Like I was in chorus. I was like one of two guys in chorus, and the other guy was obviously closeted. Like it was
Yeah.
pretty like.
That's what he said about you
That
too.
guy that was fighting you was like, no,
No,
that's
it
college.
wasn't Tony. No. That was college. Yeah.
let's do West
Yeah.
Side Story. Come on.
I don't want to out him, but because he basically. But I mean, again, but definitely but to be in chorus, I got called names. But now and then it was funny to me to grow up and be like the show Glee and like
Oh,
the
yeah.
football players
Yeah.
singing, and you're like, oh wow.
High School Musical. I mean, High School Musical was
High School
High School
Musical.
Musical was the biggest thing when I was in 7th or 6th grade, and
Right.
it was just the easy story about a guy that wanted to play basketball, but he really wanted to sing.
Yeah,
and it was like,
right?
oh, fuck,
They did that when I was around too. They had Fame.
Fame.
But
Yeah.
it was the anomaly.
course.
It was like it's a weird high school. It wasn't the country. It was just it's one place in New York where the kids can dance on cars outside and they won't get arrested.
Right, and they also had the dark side, like when what's her name had to
side.
like take her clothes off for the
That's
casting.
the dark side of the business.
Dark side of the business.
The high school protects you.
Yeah. I love. Oh man, see, we love
But
to
now
talk about
Fame
this
is
kind of stuff.
everywhere. Now that high school is
Yeah.
every high school in the country.
Is it too much? Do you? I mean, we talk about it obviously, future past sort of things, like what the changes in whatever multimedia stuff, social media, TV and film and all that. Like, is there something that you think has gone too far? Do you ever feel like old man about anything? Like, I wish it was like this, or are you pretty happy with progress that's been?
No, all that is bubblegum and popcorn, and everybody deserves a voice, and all that's cool. What I was just listening to, the Daily
Okay.
on the way over here, and they were talking about Facebook. Facebook is I'm not sure about Facebook.
Is it dying out? Is it going away?
No, I don't. I don't think Zuckerberg is taking responsibility for what it is. You know what
No.
happened here with the whole thing?
Yeah,
Well,
the
now
whole
in
analytics,
in Sri Lanka,
Okay.
there's a minority of Muslims. The majority is Buddhist population
Okay.
there. And what happened is, because of Facebook, there was these rumors that the minority Muslim is trying to take over the country, and they had like riots and people were killed and all that, and it spread on Facebook, and the government told Facebook about it, and they said we can't control that until the government said some people got killed, and they blocked Facebook because everybody was
Wow.
getting all the information on Facebook. And then when they blocked Facebook, then Facebook said, what can we do? What's going on?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
well, it's spreading like wildfire. It's all misinformation and all rumors.
Right.
So that's the only thing. This other stuff is great. I think
Well-
it's great that gays and the kids and all that stuff are speaking out.
Right.
What's happening is those people we're talking about, the jocks, instead of saying, yay, good for you, they feel threatened by it.
Right.
And so now it's a deal because they can't fucking take it.
Right.
And
They
they're-
have to change.
Yes.
Unwillingly.
All they have to do is cool out and chill out. They
Yeah.
feel attacked. They feel threatened.
Yeah.
There's no need to.
No, of course
But
not.
that's what they feel because they're unfamiliar with being whatever, not the
Yeah.
top, you know?
Thoughtful, decent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
So,
Well, we could get to, I mean, it's not like an interview show per se, but just since you brought up the idea of being sort of a figurehead for the gay community on The Office, did you expect any of that, or first of all, what was the result of that? Did you feel like you were invited to all GLAAD meetings, or were you
no,
held
but
up as
I was nominated for something gay,
Yeah.
and I invited my two gay friends, Mike Player and Joel Marks, who I've
Yeah.
known for like over 30 years in New York City, and I invited them. I'm like, man, I got nominated for some like gay. What did you say?
Like a figurehead? I don't
figurehead,
know.
yeah,
Some
something-
sort of like,
something like that, like
representative of the
representing-
community. And,
yes,
yeah.
because of TV.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, let me get this straight. We've been fighting this for years.
Right.
Joel was in Act Up, and you play a gay guy on TV, and you're the one. I'm like, yes, that's how it works.
That's how it works, baby.
Come
You
on,
kiss
man.
Steve
It's been
Carell
on
on TV, and
Get-
that's it.
Join the fight or get out of the way. And they were laughing. So we
Yeah.
went, and but no, I didn't feel no pressure or whatever or change. Like I said, I knew when I was in my early 20s, I joined theater for the New City, and even before that, I grew up near New York City, so there's
Yeah.
gay people everywhere.
Of course. You're open to it. I
Yeah.
think everybody should be it'd be a mandatory thing, like in your youth, at some point, you live in a big city.
Yeah.
Just so you can communicate and move and walk amongst people that are different than you.
That's gonna go over really well with,
Right,
with
just-
Little America.
Well, I mean, it's something. I mean, I feel like that's what the idea of social media is supposed
Yeah.
to be, that makes the world a little bit smaller and you can kind of see other people, but you also, at the same time, now you can select exactly what you see.
How about
so you don't
this?
have to see gay
How about this? I'm going to throw this out there.
Sure.
They do this in Israel. I wonder if other countries do this. I think we should do it. Mandatory military service
Okay.
for 2 years after you graduate high school.
Oh,
So
yeah?
we have
Yeah.
you for 2 years. You're a senator's son, congressman's son. That
Right.
cuts down on war. No, and we don't even have draft anymore. The draft went away. No one mentions it. No one talks about the fact that the draft went away.
Yeah.
And now it's all voluntary, which is weird.
Yeah. It
It's
is weird,
fucking
yeah.
weird.
Right.
In,
What do you-
in 1960 something, there was an amendment they tried to propose that was making war or the start of a war open to vote, like open to vote of the people.
Right.
And whoever voted for the war was volunteering themselves for service.
Oh.
And so voting against the war means that you don't have to serve if
Right.
it were to pass. And I love that idea.
Well,
Didn't-
that's
obviously
that's
it's
what
not
I
an
was
amendment.
thinking when you said that. The Oscar, the idea if everybody had to serve 2 years, not everybody would be in such a bum rush to go fight and get killed.
Yeah.
Because
You know what I mean?
everyone's kids in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just 2 years.
Let's
You're
talk it out.
You graduate. You're 18. You put
Right.
2 years in. You're still 20. You got
Yeah.
your whole life. But we always have that flow of millions of kids.
Just churning
2
in.
years, and it unites the country.
Yeah.
Talk about people being thrown together.
Yeah.
Whether you're gay or all that. I mean, this guy tried to stop the gay in the military and all this stuff, which it's
nuts.
crazy.
No, we just want to take poor people. Which
Yes,
is what I
we
mean,
just want to
that's-
take poor people.
That's what my main feeling is.
Yep.
Is that I think that the way the economics is worked out is that we have to keep a certain amount of people poor so that they can be in our military, because then they need some sort of keep them drugged up, just ignorant,
Well, that's
so that they can.
That's a healthy
And again, that's not
democracy.
to the troops. I mean, there's a lot of brilliant, smart people
No.
I know who have been in the
They're
military.
They're patriotic.
They're
They're great
patriotic and they
people.
fight for their country, and I believe it. It's not. I'm not saying that again. Well, whoever's going to listen to this and get upset, whatever. The idea is that I think the government does have to keep people down to a certain extent, so that they are
Well,
feeding into the
look,
bullshit.
A healthy democracy means you need a strong middle class.
Right.
Banana republics have no middle class.
No.
It's lower class, no middle class, and upper class, and that's what we're becoming.
Yeah.
There's no middle class.
I know. That's why I'm moving. Well, it's part of it. It's not part of it. I mean,
It's a little part of it.
lot of there's a lot of little pieces, and you start. And I'm
Hey,
excited.
you're
about
not the
doing it.
only one. I know
No.
a bunch of people who are taking
Yeah.
a hiatus,
Right.
while, as John Mulaney says, this horse is in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
That's
bit.
such a good
such a
bit.
great bit. Which he also, by the way, I listened to some of his older stuff, just playing it for my son this weekend, and he does another bit about a horse babysitting your dog.
I haven't heard
And I'm
that.
like, he likes horse
I haven't heard
references. He likes
He has
horse
that horse
analogies.
bit about
yeah.
about shush. People always shush horses. Like shh, 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 shh. That horse has never spoken.
Never spoken. Yeah.
Horse is funny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a funny
horses
bit.
are
yeah.
funny.
He's like, he said he was 10 years old and he was like he bumped into his old babysitter and he realized, holy shit, when I was 10, I thought she was like 25 babysitting me, but she was 3 years older. She was 13. That's like having a dog babysit a horse. It's just a bigger animal. Like, that was it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just ruined his bit. Sorry,
You just
John.
ruined his bit. We praised him and then we cut
And
him
then we
off.
cut
That was
him
a horrible bit
down.
by John Mulaney.
John Mulaney is an awful person.
Why? He only does horse bits.
What is horse? Yeah. I don't know. Why did we stop? That's it. That's a good show. I wanted to talk to you. I didn't know this. I did do a little research. I didn't know your parents went to school with Fidel Castro. How crazy is that?
My aunt was
your aunt?
No,
Or
no,
your-
no.
okay.
My aunt was in the same year as him. They were a little younger, but they all
Okay.
went to the University of Havana.
Wow.
So they were
Wow.
in school. Yeah.
That-
he was there.
That helped them out at all, or no? Or
Helped who out? How and what?
Yeah.
No, he went on to ban all sort of press against him,
Right.
fake press.
Yeah. Who does that sound like?
He went I don't know. He went on to anyone who criticized him was thrown in jail or a liar. You
Wow.
know,
Yeah.
egomaniac, no sense of humor about himself, inane speeches for long periods of time.
Right.
Yeah, we're on a good road here.
Yeah, that's what I have a friend that's mom fled Cuba when she was 13 or 12, very young, and was talking and is a lot of Cubans are very Republican, and especially the ones that went to Miami. There's a big Latin Republican or Cuban Republican community, and one of her things is that she doesn't see the similarities between Castro and Trump right now.
She doesn't see it.
She does. She's not a fan of Trump, but it doesn't come. She despises Castro. Like, just
She's
of
an
course.
idiot. We can hate them both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's hate them both.
How old is she, by the way?
There's not hate to go around.
Who? Jessica's mom is Maria. Is
Oh, her mother.
Oh,
yeah,
she's Cuban.
A
Yeah.
beautiful older
Yeah,
woman.
the older that generation is dying out, and luckily my parents were liberals and, like I said, went to school and can, hate both things. You're
Right,
enemy
yeah.
of your, but, yeah, he was when he was in school, he was a big mouth and he wasn't popular and he was always on the outskirts, like
Wow.
not with the popular kids.
Really?
He was an a-hole.
He was an a-hole who
And,
just, he
and
wanted to show everybody.
And he was a big mouth and a bully and a braggart. And my aunt was a lawyer. I think he was a lawyer too. I wish he would have practiced law. My father was a lawyer, my mom. And then my mom was a dentist. But he, left Cuba. He tried out for the Pittsburgh Pirates as a pitcher.
Right.
And he didn't get signed. And then he went back and there was like,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Should have signed him.
Isn't that
Pittsburgh.
weird?
Oh, should have signed him.
Like Hitler wanted to be an artist and nobody liked him, and then he
Yeah,
Yeah.
went and fucked up the world, and then
Trump just wanted to be a porn star. He was just
Yeah.
trying to get into the porn community.
just wanted to have his. Oh God, it's ridiculous. Well,
But he had his father was wealthy and was not nice to people underneath him, was a hard ass.
right.
So there's similarities.
There
for
are
sure.
similarities.
There are similarities
Well,
for sure.
Well, that brings me to a weird question, but like the idea of patriotism. Now, you being a Cuban American, that is how hard is it with that in your memory of it? Like, do you still like? Obviously, you're a Cuban pride because it's more about the people. But is there anything like, because everyone brings up Cuba, you go, oh, well, Castro. Is that a pain in the ass? Is it like?
It's both. I address it. It's not. I have my birth certificates from Cuba. My my citizenship papers are from here.
Right.
I was born there, but I grew up here.
Yeah.
So I'm like
You're
from
patriot-
here.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
from here, and he's over there, and he's a petty tyrant, and the whether you're Democrat or Republican or whatever, it's more. There's more similarities between Castro and Chavez and Trump and
Right.
Franco that petty tyrant thing,
Yeah.
then there are similarities. It's weird. This is the only president that if you made a list of people and you said like, oh, Lincoln, FDR, Obama, Reagan, Bush, they're all like on the American side.
Yeah.
Trump is on some corporate
Weird, yeah.
weird corporate self. It's his self. It's not the country.
No, it's not at all.
It's
he does
very-
a good job of the huckstering thing, sort of making
Well,
everybody feels like
he's a grifter. Bloomberg called
Yeah.
it. He said this is the long con.
Yeah.
And for our friends in the South, have you ever heard of carpetbaggers? You guys coined the phrase. You guys.
Yeah, I don't know how they.
You voted for a carpetbagger.
Right.
What's a carpetbagger?
A flim-flang man, a con man that came down from the North after the Civil War and was trying to like finagle them into bad deals and all this stuff, basically.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
even watching some of his interviews, it feels like you are sitting across from somebody trying to sell you a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
He's
The
a
way,
co-
he
He
doesn't.
literally Trump University. Literally, it's
Yeah.
The only good thing about him, he does the crimes in front of us.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
never lies about who he is. They
but that's-
voted for- I don't
But that's what I
understand
want to. Is a sociological experiment. I just want to find out what draws people to that conclusion. Like, why did Castro get? Why did people allow that for so long? How does that happen? He's one man. We could easily get rid of one man. Like, if just people come together with new sense.
In Castro's, it's always fear-based, right? It's always,
fear-based.
And same thing, Batista was corrupt. So let's fix the corruption. Same thing here. Drain the swamp.
Stuff going on down in Venezuela now.
Oh,
It's,
horrible.
horrible stuff.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Again, he bans the press. How can people not see the analogy? When Trump criticizes him, how can people not say
Every
"You
day.
are-" every day.
Every day he gets on Twitter, tells millions of people, fake news, everything you heard
Fake
is fake.
news.
If you don't hear from me, it's all fake.
It's
fake.
all
I'm the
fake.
most honest person. When then you see reports of all the 3,000 lies he
only
said in the
only
last
him
week.
and Fox are,
Yeah.
are true. The whole world and the whole are out
Yeah.
to get him.
Yeah.
And so many people trust that.
Yeah.
So many people.
Too
that-
many.
I have
Well,
people
that's-
in my family, and again, like we can blame Facebook. I have so many people that were raised in the same place that my dad was raised, who's very liberal.
Dude,
He's a public
Facebook's a
school teacher.
problem.
It's
Yeah.
a problem. They're
It is.
seeing different things. They are seeing when I get an ad on the side of my Facebook for whatever, volunteering in an animal shelter, somebody that is labeled as ultra conservative, as we
Yeah.
talked about on our podcast, where they label you without you having to pick one.
Oh yeah,
is getting an
Did
ad.
you know that the Facebook labels you from just like looking at your history of
Nope,
comments?
I'm off Facebook.
You're off.
Good.
Oh, I've been off for years. Even before this started, I'm like, I don't like this. This is weird. I don't give it. I don't,
Oh shit!
I
I,
would-
I friended the wrong Oscar Nunez.
I would do the same
Fuck!
thing.
I gotta get off that.
I
Are
would,
you real? True.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
I would do the same thing, but at the same time that it is destroying our democracy and giving a voice to people that honestly shouldn't have a voice that is heard by anybody, I talk to my grandpa on Facebook. I don't
Yeah.
talk to my grandpa over any other means of communication, and like I am in contact with a lot of people that I wouldn't be in contact with.
That part's
otherwise.
cool. Why doesn't Zuckerberg react to all this when
Well,
people
if you-
lie
yeah.
on Facebook? The
He's a fucking
lying
little robot.
is weird. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, it's a lot
It's
of
so
money
weird.
involved now. It's like a.
but
it's
he's
too
got the
far
money.
Gone.
He's
That's
not
what I
going to
mean.
go broke. Save your money and
Yeah.
do something.
But that's what I mean. I don't know if it's just like again, it's like the corruption that
Isn't that
happens with
weird?
corporations that are behind him. That he's
Yeah.
like, it's too far gone.
He's,
well,
not,
you've
the,
seen
he's
the new.
not the fucking Jesse Eisenberg guy from the movie. That
No.
guy was cool. That guy would do something. This new guy, this guy's fucking
He's
weird.
not, and I'm
Yeah.
I'd switch. I'd switch Eisenberg. Let's
I
put
would-
Eisenberg for Facebook president.
I just don't understand how you can't sit there. You're a billionaire. You know you're not going to prison.
You're not taking. They're taking your. They're not
Yeah.
taking your money away. You've
They're-
got your money,
Just
dude.
say I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I didn't know Cambridge Analytica was gonna destroy our country and
Yeah.
sell our country to Russia. So sorry.
I think
my
the problem
bad.
is
It won't
that you
happen
can't
again.
say that. I think the problem is he can't legitimately say he didn't know. I mean, what do they do? They're an analytics company. They're compiling information that's coming in. Like
He's saying he's not a media thing, and Congress is so slow to move.
I
And
know.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's the
know.
other problem
We're so
too. We got a
fucking
Congress that they're all too elderly and they're
We're
asking,
so fucking
"Is
screwed.
MySpace still up?" I'm like, "Give me
Yeah.
a fucking break." You're
my granddaughter. Did you hear the Senate?
Yeah.
The Senate with it. It's crazy.
you're representing our country, you old
fuck.
coot. Like, no offense, I respect the elderly, but like, if you don't know the technology that you're debating on. They just said no. Anybody over 60 cannot be allowed in this fucking meeting.
They don't understand
They don't understand it. They don't get it.
Also,
and they don't do the research beforehand. They
No.
go there
Yeah.
to get it. They're like, "What are you?" Nah, so you're it's like,
how do you log into Facebook?
I'm sure they have assistants who are coming up to them and going whispering in their ear like, "Well, Facebook, you have 2 logins, and then you can also have separate pages." What does that
What?
mean? What do you do? Well, wait a second, Zuckerberg. What's a page? A page is in a book, is what I know, and I don't see any paper here.
how do you make your money?
Yeah.
What's the business model?
Fucking advertising.
And
you dumb
he had
advertising.
46 of those 52 members of Congress that were questioning him took donations from his
great.
company. So you know that they're not going to, if they're
God.
in their seat because of him, they're not going to try and.
You guys
Yeah.
watch Silicon Valley?
Yes, we do.
How good is that?
It's so
so
good.
good.
I
Have you-
can't write for that show. I
No,
don't
no,
understand
so
what's
brilliant.
happening.
A
I
fr-
don't know that world, but they make me feel like I can.
Yeah,
have my hand-
right?
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is really cool.
They make it on a relatable level. Like, they get the ideas. I mean, they had a whole thing about Bitcoin the other day, and I was like, please tell me, because I was like, oh, good. Maybe this episode will explain
Dude,
Bitcoin
it's
to me, because
crazy,
I have no
right?
fucking idea.
It's a whole crazy thing.
I have
Get it. It's-
my brother's like, sorry, what?
No, I just like I can't even articulate it, because
Yeah.
Bitcoin still, it's like the idea of money based on possible money.
Or like money my brother.
But he's not wrong. He's like paper. We put the faith in paper.
Yeah, I guess so,
You put
right?
the faith
Yeah.
in the fact that it is that
Possible value?
it's worth what you give it.
The worth you give
the
it.
worth you give it.
Right.
We all
My-
agree.
My brother's like does data analytics in DC. He's like the smart one. He went to Berkeley. I was the stupid one that wanted to be in the movies. And he explaining Bitcoin makes me realize that just people like me, like there should be a cutoff for people that didn't get excess education after high school that just don't get to deal with that. Because it
Does
is
he
just
have
something.
Bitcoin?
He knows he's done it. He's like bought stuff with Bitcoin. I don't know, but his whole thing is that like you buy Bitcoin, then that Bitcoin is worth what you bought it for. So if someone is saying like this is worth this much Bitcoin, then you buy that much Bitcoin, you give them that much Bitcoin, then that is how much that Bitcoin is worth. Because it's a separate, because they're like
Right.
Bitcoins, they're dog coins. Like you can make any kind of Bitcoin you want. That's the weird thing. It's like if people could
So
go.
if I say, like, I buy a cup of coffee and it's 10,000 Bitcoin, does that translate to $3 or $4, or is that...
It translates to whatever those
Whatever I
Bitcoin
want.
were
Okay.
at the time. That's why
so
it
fucking
goes up when
It
people
went up.
buy.
It went
Yeah.
really up.
It goes up when it's
Crazy.
trending and down when it's not. Because when it's trending, people are buying it, so it's going up. And then when people aren't talking about it anymore and it's not getting bought,
crazy.
people are
Yeah.
just sitting on it and it's not
Well, that's what I
raising
feel like
in worth.
as we grow up. Like, we've had to go through, Oscar and I at least, we're like the change of like black and white television with like
To
little
color?
antennas with UHF channels to color to VCRs to remotes. Remember when we had to, that kind of stuff. Like, we've watched technology change, and now we're being told, here's new money. And you're like, just figure it out. But
Yeah.
like, it's basically thrown out there with no ideas. Like,
That's so scary.
and I think about that when my grandfather, when he did, like, when he had to, like, I tried to show him what an iPhone could do, and he's like, it's fucking up my brain. Like,
Yeah,
he couldn't
he's
even.
like, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I don't even want to try.
Why would he? Why would you do that to
Yeah,
him?
because I was like, look, you're across the room, and I'm like FaceTiming him,
He's
and
like,
he's like,
"Leave your-
I don't want
we're
to see
here."
it. Like, yeah,
Don't
He
do that
doesn't
to
get
him.
it.
You're
Can I
showing
talk
off.
to my
You're
dead
showing off.
friends?
I killed him with that stuff.
Hey,
He's
you
like, what is
guys,
it? Yeah.
reply all.
Reply all. Okay, yeah, please.
Is a good podcast
Reply all
for computer stuff.
for computer people.
All right,
Okay.
noted.
For what's going on in the computer. They have wonderful stories.
I thought you were just asking us what reply all.
Oh,
no,
what is
no,
it?
no.
What it means is that everybody sees.
Yeah.
Is what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, reply all. I have to look into that. I'm always looking for new podcasts. What do you listen to besides Dudes Future Past?
The Daily, Reply All, Pod Save America. I don't know why.
I
It just
love
makes me
Pod Save
angry.
Pod Save
America.
America.
Yeah, I
Then
know.
The fun ones are, Pardo, Janet
Mm-hmm.
Varney, Mark Maron, Alec Baldwin has one
Oh.
called Here's the Thing. It's
That's
good.
right. I've heard that. He said some pretty
Well,
good guests.
he has cool. He had
Yeah.
he had John Anderson, the singer from Yes, and
Yeah.
and the guy from the Moody Blues and the guy from the Guess Who, like
Oh yeah.
yeah.
you know,
Interesting,
really
fun
cool.
people.
and regular people,
And
He is
just not doing anything anymore because their bands haven't been making music for 30
for
years.
1,000
30 years.
But I still am. You
Who
know,
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you go see? I know U2's in town right now. As we
U2,
record
I just had a
this.
friend that went last night and said that U2 has gotten to the Roger Waters era of
Sure.
their
It's
concert.
just all
visual
visual stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard there was like a VR thing going on.
I fucking hate
AR.
YouTube, but I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about it.
Anyway, but still, I mean, who do you go see? Is there anybody now? You got a kid now. You
I
got
saw
a
Ben
beautiful
Folds fight
young daughter.
Elvis Costello with
yes.
At the
with
Hollywood
Bruce
Bowl?
Smith.
With Bruce
Yeah.
Smith. Yeah.
I went to that show. That was awesome.
That was awesome. I also saw with Bruce
Yeah.
one of the best concerts of all times, and Bruce and I looked at each other and we said, we wish all our friends were here with us. Flight of the Conchords at the Hollywood Bowl was ridiculous.
Really?
Ridiculous.
That great. I mean, I
love
enjoyed them, obviously.
How
but
funny. One of the funniest things.
Oh, man.
One of the best shows ever.
I'm bummed that I
But
missed it.
I would love to go. I would love to go see if David Byrne came around. I would go
Right.
see. That's my
Oh,
guy.
I just
way.
saw David Byrne in
Haven't-
Coachella.
No, great man.
Oh, it was
Didn't even
fucking
know he was
awesome.
there. Yeah.
Man. He started the show sitting.
Brilliant fella.
Started the show just by himself. He was surrounded by chainmail. That was the
Sure.
whole stage. Sitting in a gray suit, holding a brain.
Sure.
The whole first verse of the first song, just sitting down, looking at a brain. I was
Sure,
like,
why not?
And he looks like Al Pacino now. It's
Oh,
great.
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's getting old. That's why I want to see him. Radiohead and
Radiohead's
And then
fantastic. I've seen
there's
them.
new like Japanese house and like these weird bands that I hear on KCRW.
What's that one? X or something? Weren't they supposed to be at Coachella this
XX?
year? Yeah, the big.
They were at
Korea-
Coachella last year.
Oh, was it last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar. I love
everybody
what
does.
he's doing now. Do you like? Oh, speaking of that, we had to. We talk about pop culture stuff on the show. The Donald Glover thing recently.
Donald Glover on SNL was
Oh,
amazing.
was
It was.
amazing, and that
This is
have-
America
Have you
is
seen the
amazing.
This Is America video yet?
Have you seen
Oscar,
that yet,
Have you
Oscar?
seen it?
No, the Donald Glover.
Donald
Yeah.
Glover.
I'll watch it when I go home.
Okay, watch
It's
it.
amazing. He's made a video that
You
is.
should pause it, show him, and then talk about it.
It's the Rage Against the Machine of this generation politically.
He's great. That guy.
Yeah,
He's great.
it was one of those things that really fascinates me about an artist, and being an artist myself, and it makes me like, fuck, why am I not doing
Yeah.
more shit like that?
Damn it.
This guy
Why didn't
really
I think of that?
just like I was a fan of his comedy troupe along the way,
Yeah.
and they had some really great. He had a great bit about a guy at a spelling bee, and like they go around.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Didn't, I won't say it here on the show, but it was like the word was N-word. F-word, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like, he had to spell that. He's like,
That's
what?
terrible.
Yeah. And it's terrible, but it was a really funny comment on like society, like. But anyway, he's always like testing the waters and pushing a little
He's
further.
right
and I
at
really
the
like
he's
it.
right at the
Oh, yeah.
edge.
And this one, once you see This Is America, it's one of those things you'll talk about. You watch like a million times. It's
It's one of those things. I just don't understand why people aren't making more. Like punk music in the '90s was such a big thing, and it was
Yeah.
just because of George Bush, who wasn't doing nearly what Trump
crazy,
is doing
right?
right now. There should
No.
be music out the butthole.
Out the butthole.
Right.
Everybody should be doing what Donald Glover's doing
Yeah.
and all that shit.
well,
But it's funny because you have like, well, I don't want to give him any
free press.
but fuck Kanye West.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know.
What the hell?
It's yeah. I mean, does anybody? Kanye West's whole thing, like I am a god, I'm the best that ever lived. A lot of people are like, oh, cool, he's whatever, honest.
Does he believe that, or he's doing it, or does he get nervous when he's not in the news for a long time, and like Trump?
Yeah.
and then he's like, just let me say something.
But like,
I
if we're
think,
being
yeah.
honest, he's dropping a new album. Like,
Yeah, we
his
all
new
know.
people are
album's out.
fans. I'm not a fan of his. But people
course
love his
not.
music. People are like, I need to separate. Is he that good?
I've heard people
He's
say
great. He's great.
He is right. You know,
He's
you're
great.
young.
Yeah.
He's really that good.
He's great.
Damn, I hate
But
that.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I feel like he made great music.
He's as good as Kendrick Lamar. Like his
no,
music.
I mean he's made some great music. I think he's
In the
great.
past, just talking
in the
Yeah.
past. I'm talking
What about
right now.
now?
Right now, he released this new song that is him arguing with T.I. And it's like T.I. is like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? How are you supporting Trump? And then he's like going off, and it's stupid. And it's the kind of thing where I can't get behind it because I disagree with it so much. Like people talk about how there's good music in all ways, and they're like, even Christian rock is great music. And I'm like, I get that it can be musically good, but if I can't connect with it, then
Yeah.
it's not meant for me. And like
Right.
there's that, and
Well,
I
like
can't
you're
connect with
saying
it.
about the
I
punk
think that
rockers.
he's making a statement about being a rich black man that he never came from. He never struggled really. He was raised in a higher middle class family in Chicago. He got pretty much instant success when he was being produced by Jay-Z. He was very popular. He hasn't known a struggle, and he hasn't known what.
He never will.
He never will. And so this point, like, of course he's a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Of course Clint
Yeah.
Eastwood is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, Right. I
You
get
have to
that.
see these people, like, of course, just because he's black doesn't mean he's not stupid. And like he is stupid. He's gonna hear those things
He's
about
stupid.
the
Yeah.
people. He's gonna hear things about taxes, and he wants to make that. He's always
doesn't
wanted
listen.
To be,
He doesn't fucking listen.
He always wants to be out there and the one that's having
Yeah.
the unpopular opinion. And
Yeah.
it's just not an unpopular opinion where it's an unpopular opinion anymore. It's on. You're
He
on the bad
He
side.
fucking tweeted a misquote from Harriet. He's Trump.
He's
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Trump. He's
trumping
a
it.
black Trump.
He's
Yeah.
an egomaniac, and the Taylor Swift stuff should have told us, like, why are you getting up at an award show taking away an award?
Why do
from
they
some-
let him?
Why
He
would you-
walks
yeah.
in like with a bottle of Jack Daniels, like he's fucking Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Well, that's the thing. We are at the same, like you said. We don't want to give him airtime. Like, why we
did.
foster? But we did.
Yeah, we did.
But that's
Why
the thing.
not?
I think more people need to do that. And again, and this is where I get on my old rocking chair and sound like an old man. But I'm like, this country has gotten a lack of shame. That is it's making things worse
Well,
and worse.
when the
I feel
president of the United States is a man that has no shame,
Yeah.
that's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy has no shame.
Not at all. When we went from a guy like
Right,
Obama,
from one of the best to the
politically or
worst.
not,
Yeah.
if you agreed with him or not, you have to say he represented himself and the office and this country in the best possible way.
He's an elegant human being.
Yes, he's an elegant,
He-
intelligent person who.
Fucking Trump says, "Believe me," when
Yeah.
he's lying. to
Believe
us.
me,
Do you know how many times?
you're not gonna believe. You're gonna be so happy with all the
Oh.
winning, that happens.
Let me tell you.
do you
And then
know-
he makes retarded jokes. He does that freaking little.
No, forget it. Do you know
It's
how
like
many times
awful.
Barack Obama said "believe me" in the 8 years he was president? I don't know. Take a guess.
Zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Why would he? He's not a
Yeah.
liar. Why would you
Yeah.
have to say that?
You don't need
He
to
didn't even
convince
say that
somebody
when
to believe.
when they questioned if he was born in this country. He
Yeah.
didn't say, "Believe me, I was
Which
born
was-
in this country." He said,
Believe me.
A lot of people
Believe
don't
me.
know. That was Trump, by the way.
Yeah.
That
Of
was
course,
Trump
that was
that
Trump.
started
Yeah.
that.
That
And
was
people
Trump.
don't talk about that.
Nope,
That was
nope.
He started that from the beginning. He made up some lie that was proven to be a lie to try and take down the president just because he was black and a Democrat.
"Yeah." I think I've said it before, but if we're pushing other podcasts as well, The Dollop with Dave Anthony and Gareth Reynolds. They do, basically it's an American history podcast, and Dave goes through and explains all like these hideous moments in American
Dollop?
history. The Dollop, Dollop, and there's a 2-part one that he does about Trump and his family and where they come from and their Nazi leanings and all the other
His
racist
granddaddy
stuff. And,
came over.
yeah, and all that stuff. If you want to, if you're out there, if you're leaning on the fence, if you're still not convinced Trump's a bad guy, watch that. Listen to that. Listen to how we screwed over Native Americans because of they get casinos.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to get casinos, and there's a whole bunch of wonderful bullshit.
If
that he's
shithole
done.
countries or extorting a porn star didn't ruin him for you.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna. The thing is, he could have been stopped at so many junctures, but he always got a pass.
Yeah.
You can't give bad
Because
people
he's an
passes.
old
No.
white rich man.
Can't give old people.
And
The
old
state
white
of-
rich-
The state of New Jersey let him off the hook. So many things
Yeah.
have let him.
Could
off
we
the
just
hook.
make him a deal? Just like, look, we'll give you got endless money. You just go to an island. Don't talk to anybody.
Do
anymore.
the Pablo Escobar thing. You can build your own prison.
Yep.
It won't come within 2 miles of you. Just go there and
Just
wait
go
to
there.
die. He's
Yeah.
77. Like he's or older than
Yeah.
that now.
He's got to be. Yeah, he's pretty.
He's
close.
in awful health. I'm sure.
Right.
We don't know. Apparently, he's in the best
We
health.
don't know. We don't know his health.
Yeah.
We don't know his taxes. We don't know his finances. And people voted for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said it. He said, I can go down to Fifth Avenue, shoot someone, and my supporters. And he was right.
He was absolutely
Because
right.
hatred runs deep. They
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, I just did a show with Jackie Cation last night talking about just the increase in population, and when you think about it, the people that are populating or repopulating faster than other people are the people that are coming and having a baby in the middle of high school and then dropping out, and their boyfriend drops out, and then they're having 4 and 5 kids, and they're living in bumfuck wherever, and was in the military, and now he can't get a job, and now he's, now they're whatever. Just the kind of people that are repopulating for so long have been the kind of people that are, economically not doing well.
Yeah.
And educationally, usually
Probably a little
not.
angry with the world. because
Yeah,
of
a
their
little
status.
frustrated.
Yeah.
They're surrounded by people in the same situation. So when somebody tells them that they're going to get them that job back in the the coal mine,
Yeah. Yep.
and now they're going to vote for that guy regardless if he called this
And
other
that other
country
people are
shitholes.
taking your job away.
Yeah.
That it's not your fault.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not your.
Other
That's
people
the big
coming.
thing. It's not your fault. You didn't get yourself this. It's the Mexicans coming from beneath us that are taking the
It's
jobs.
the Mexicans or it's women not dating you. It's
Yeah.
not your fault. You're a good guy.
It's not because of your meth
Oh
addiction.
God, I'm so glad you guys are validating. Oh wait, oh you guys are. Yeah, I'm with you. No, I love. That's the thing. It's and again, it's hard to convince those people. I've had people. We talked about this before. I've had people on Facebook attack me from my hometown. People I grew up with, went to high school with,
Damn.
and we went to grade school, and they're like, "You're Hollywood. You don't get it. You don't understand." I'm like, I can't. I lived 3 blocks from you in that small town. We
Hollywood.
grew up together. I'm not ashamed. I've seen
Yeah.
the world. I know other people's got different plights. I get it.
Explain to them that the people in Hollywood come from all over the United States.
all
and
over
we
in
all
the
worked our
world.
asses off. No one
To
gave
get
us
here,
these
nobody. I didn't walk here. I took a risk.
Yeah.
It's like as far as percentages go.
But
I'm
it's funny how that narrative is sold and believed.
Yeah.
It's just about keeping people apart.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're not like them. I'm not like the politicians.
Yeah.
I'm not like an ego.
Yeah.
Like I'm an egomaniac in a certain way. Like I want to be. I feel like I could entertain you and be on TV, and I
they
think I should get the
so
part.
they think they're more. Trump has more in common with them than you have with them.
Right.
A guy who
Yeah.
grew up down the street. That's
Right.
fucking crazy.
It's nuts.
Crazy.
It's so nuts.
People throw around that word elitist all the time. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're an elitist. 'cause
Oh,
you feel like
Hollywood
you're-
elite?
Yeah.
What,
And
'cause they chose
isn't
to
you
live in
voted
sunshine?
for a guy who goes has played more golf than all the presidents put together at
Yeah.
this point.
Right?
who brags about going and seeing naked models in the changing room because he owns the Miss Universe pageant.
It's amazing. I know. We're getting so
It's
this. It
crazy.
shouldn't be this is the Oscar Nunez podcast. We've trashed Trump enough. I love it.
Yeah, let's
I
stop.
agree.
But
I agree.
boy, it's so easy, and you get
It's so
you
easy,
get
right?
up.
We do
Oh,
it
get angry.
literally every podcast. Once it's brought up,
All right,
we
let's
fall
stop.
into this.
Let's the little Oscar trivia. Oscar could clean your teeth because you're a certified dental technician. Do you keep that up? Do you keep that up?
Yes, and I could clean your teeth if I was a hygienist.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're
Come
dental,
on, what kind
I'm
of
sorry.
rinky dink?
Yeah.
I'm not a dental.
Your head isn't even
scholar.
here. You've left the country already.
I have left
You're
the
not even here.
I have a cavity for fuck's sake. I don't need it cleaned.
You don't
All right,
need it clean.
Can you
Ugh.
fix that? I'm sorry. You could clean my teeth. That's
With
not
a
an
toothbrush.
untruth. Yes, you could. So don't they
Clean your own teeth.
say now who's got the upper hand? I don't
You
know.
could.
All
You're
sorry,
right.
sorry.
I could clean
You
his
could
teeth.
absolutely
I
clean
could.
my teeth. You're a teeth. Your mom was a dentist,
Yeah, there's dentists, there's dental hygienists who clean
Right.
his teeth.
a dental technician.
Yes, and my
That's your certification, that right?
yeah, dental technician. So
He
I
does
can
the
make
X-rays.
no.
Damn it!
All right, educate us.
It's
What-
great. I don't see the people.
You don't
dental
denti-
technicians don't see people at all.
Really?
Yeah, you're in a lab, and then they make I don't even know if they do this anymore. They make molds of your teeth if you need a bridge or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they send it to the dental technician, and from the mold they make your bridge, your crown, your ceramic teeth. That's what's made in the laboratory. Then they send it back to the dentist, and he puts it in your
You
mouth.
would never have to deal with
Dentist
that.
gets all the glory. But
How
it's
much
the-
time did you actually operate? Did you work as a dental technician?
I think about a year or less.
Oh,
Okay.
why are
and
we
I'm like,
talking
I don't
about
want
it?
to do this.
Not even that. Well, because I was looking through your history and we were talking. I was just thinking about I feel like the same for me anyway. When I was in high school, I didn't necessarily see acting as a viable option. I was like, well, that's Hollywood. That's so far away. But
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the small town Dayton, Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts.
yeah,
Okay.
small town in Massachusetts, and everybody's like, fucking Hollywood's a bunch of queers and weirdos and
Yeah.
fruits and nuts
Same-
out there.
No one told me,
Yeah.
hey, you're a real asshole.
Yeah.
And keep doing it.
Right.
Keep up being.
Nobody said
you
that.
know,
Yeah,
no one-
they were all
everyone's
like,
stop being
yeah,
funny.
There's only, there ain't no Portuguese in Hollywood. You're not going to get out there. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, all
I
right.
grew up
guess.
in another original state, New Jersey.
Oh, there you go.
Oof.
Yeah. So, what was the impetus that pushed you past all that?
I wasn't the class clown in elementary school. We had a lot of class clowns.
Right.
I went to Catholic grammar school. A lot of funny guys.
Oh, boy.
A lot of funny guys. But I always liked being funny. I was always funny. I've always liked it. I enjoyed it through high school. Didn't join anything because the guys I hung out with, they would throw me off a bridge if I joined the drama club or something. We didn't
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
So then I'm like, well, I got to do something. So after high school, I went to FIT. I went to a couple of different things. And
Fashion is, yeah, exactly. You had a bunch of interests.
Then my mom's finally like, look, you're cousin Julio owns a dental laboratory. Why don't you go to? And I'm like, you're right. I'll go to
Sensible. You have
yes,
a paycheck
it pays
somewhere.
Well,
Right.
So I went to school. I got my dental signal, and then I started working in a laboratory, making teeth. And I'm like, I really don't want to do. I'm like, this is as far as my charm got me. Like everything else was fun and
Right.
having fun. And I'm like, now this is real. I'm like, I'm in the workforce, and this is what I'm doing. I'm in a lab coat in a laboratory, making teeth. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, what do you want to do? I'm like, I was too scared, and I still am, to do stand-up, but I'm like, I want to do funny. I like, more than stand-up, I like sketch comedy.
Right.
So I'm like, I want to do something. So I went, and I got a newspaper, Backstage West, at the Port Authority, and I started taking acting lessons, and from there I went to another school, and then eventually I joined an improv troupe.
Okay.
Called Shock of the Funny on 8th Street between First Avenue
Shock
and
of the Funny?
Yeah.
Shock of the Funny. Okay.
And that's how I got into. And then I quit dental technology. I was working in Bloomingdale's retail, which I love, and doing improv comedy. And that's how I started.
So fairly late
comedy.
in life that you made the
Fairly late,
decision.
like early 20s. Yeah.
Okay. So
But I always knew in the back of my
you
head.
didn't do the plays in high school. You didn't. So you said they were going to.
But I was
laugh at you?
always like. Always making my friends laugh. Always like, I want, this is where,
Yeah.
any job I've had, I've started out like really gangbusters. And then in the third week, they're like, he doesn't stop, does he? He's just really funny.
Yeah.
He's not really good at what he's doing. He's just making us laugh a
Right.
lot. He can't do what he's supposed to be doing. And I would have to go to some other place and start again. Like, that guy's good. No, he's not. He's just distracting
charming.
us.
I do feel like that's a thing. I feel like I go to different places where they're not in the industry, especially it's not as much in LA, but I was helping out somebody at the Boys and Girls Club doing an MC job. And everybody nobody else there is in the entertainment industry. So I'm sort of this weird anomaly, alien being that they're like, it's better now because like if I was in New York or if I was working with them all the time, they might be sick of me. But they're like, oh, what's he going to say now? He's so funny. Oh, I'm like, I was just asking you where the bathroom is. You know? And, oh, you're so funny. You're a funny guy. And then I'm like, no, I don't look at me. I'm just, okay. And then, but it's a weird thing. But then I can see, like, after a while, people go, okay, is he going to stop?
Yeah.
Is he going to stop?
Yeah.
Just wait until Canada gets a hold of you.
That's why I'm leaving. Mainly that's the reason. I've worn out my welcome.
Yeah.
And I'm getting out and just go infect another civilization.
I always I tell the story of watching the Carol Burnett show and
it's my favorite.
And watching Harvey Korman, who was great. He
So
was my
great.
favorite. He was our favorite. And my dad and I would watch the show, and he would do this bit where they were already doing something. They were already doing a sketch, and then the bit was he would come on to join them. Like
Right.
I always remember them in Confederate. And
Yeah.
and then he played it, and then the audience would recognize him as an actor on the thing, and they would clap. And instead of going and doing the part, he would break and go and bow and make them wait for him, and he'd be looking at their watches. And my father would lose his shit. He'd be like, Oscar, no, they are waiting for him. He can't do that. They're waiting for he bow. Come on, son of a bitch. He can't do that. And I'm like, okay, he's fake getting mad.
Yeah.
Harvey's breaking the fourth wall. My dad gets it. And I'm like, oh my God, so much going on. But I'm like, and people love Tim Conway, but I'm like, oh, Harvey Korman was just for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do that. These guys, there's nothing better.
Harvey Korman, Dabney Coleman, Tim Conway.
And Ken Berry
Carol,
would have
of course.
Carol.
Yeah, I mean, Carol's just the killer.
Yeah,
I mean,
unbelievable.
And is she coming back with a Netflix thing?
She already has a Netflix thing.
Oh, have I
I didn't
missed
know
it?
that.
I didn't see.
Kids
Thank you.
know all or something like that. Look at the kids or what can kids do or something.
Yeah, she's a legend. See, so that was sort of that kind of got into your
the
blood.
Red Skelton show.
Were your parents funny? Were they like goofy like that?
My dad.
Yeah.
My dad was a funny guy, yeah.
And what's your dad's name?
Lazaro.
Lazaro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
They call him Tato. He passed away.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, we miss him. But Lazaro. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a really great name. So, and that's just an amazing life too. I love seeing that because my grandfather came from Portugal, brought his family over here, like came alone, like at 6 years old, like grew up with like basically strangers, and then grew up and was a trash man, and was a farmer, was like whatever he could do, and did and you see that with these people
in Massachusetts, where?
Like Dighton is like Taunton, like a sort of the armpit of Massachusetts. If you look at it, like that arm coming down.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
We went
25 minutes outside of Boston.
when we left Cuba. We went to Venezuela for 1 year, and my parents didn't like it. And then we went to Boston, Massachusetts.
Wow.
My sister was born there. in
the
Waltham.
city? Waltham, yeah. Waltham.
My
yeah.
sister was born there. We stayed there a year and then went to New Jersey because the first wave of Cuban immigrants were going to Miami and New Jersey, Union City and West New York. I don't know why, but that's where they.
Just because family is at a small, it's probably that one of those little microscopic things that just like
But
pulls
now it's,
everybody
I mean,
together.
It's a huge. There's big Cubans in New Jersey and Florida. That's where we are, and I'm here.
And you're here.
Here, me and a couple. Of people.
Nobody,
Yeah.
no family came out this way.
No, I'm just the only one here.
Nobody comes out. Now, what is it? Now, obviously, you become the guy. You're all over the TV all the time now. The Office is on reruns. It's been on. It had a huge success for so many years. You're doing so many other things now. You're on what's the TBS's People of Earth right
Yes.
now. Do you get the calls from family? Do you get the calls now for Houston Rockets tickets as the State Farm guy?
No, I keep telling my wife I have to email them and see if I can.
Yeah, call State Farm. Get in on that.
Maybe for next year.
Shoot up to Golden State.
I don't think they. I know, right?
Right? You should shoot up
Before
the state.
they get swept,
I know.
they
Trying
play.
to get a couple tickets.
Their style of ball doesn't. They can't handle.
That's all they've been trying to do,
Why
Daryl
can't
Morey.
Why can't they play as a team? They can't do it now, right?
It's all iso ball. It's too late. Well,
It's too late.
That's what they've planned for. That's what they said. The GM of the Houston Rockets has said from the start, we're going to go after the Golden State Warriors. We're going to get a team. We're going to get two. We got another star. We need Chris Paul. So we got Chris Paul. We got Harden. We're going to go after the Golden State. But they don't. They play iso ball. They play
iso ball.
Yeah, that's all they.
They're
they
not
don't
going to
share.
win. James, he's going to run out of breath. He's tired by the.
Yeah, he's got 50 points and they still lose.
He's in great shape.
Yeah.
But dude, you can't go 1-on-1 every.
Thank God he got out of the Kardashian grasp.
Oh,
He was in the
God.
grass.
Yeah,
Harden?
for a little bit. Yeah, he was dating one of them for half a minute.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
My mother-in-law watches their show. She's like, she stopped telling us about them because we're like, we don't care. Lou, stop.
Please stop it. Please stop it. Those aren't real people. Like to
They're
me,
the worst. They're the worst of what we are.
Yeah, like when you grow up, you wanted to be a star or a celebrity or a
wanted to be a
performer.
star.
You don't want to be a star. You wanted to be a performer, right?
You wanted to be a star, didn't you?
I
Come
did,
on, Joey.
so
Tell us
bad.
you wanted to be.
I
a
just
star.
wanted the spotlight and wanted my name in big gold letters on
I
Rockefeller
don't know if I
Center.
ever felt that. I definitely wanted to. I just knew I couldn't do anything else. But did you?
I never wanted to be. There's a big thing in my age group of people that like want to be famous. It's like a whole.
It's
the
crazy.
YouTube
We're not
generation.
from there. That's what
Yeah.
you guys feel.
But I didn't want to be famous at all. I just wanted to not have a pencil pushing job. I wanted
Right.
to be in comedy. I want to do something in comedy.
Yeah, so that's where I think Joey and I really connected. We were doing the Liv and Maddie show, which Oscar also appeared on.
Yeah.
We're all in the same
Live Maddie alums.
universe. But that's why I think we connected well because he wasn't that guy, and there were so many like who are all social media savvy. I mean, it was sad to say that
You
they're
grew
all
up here?
I grew up in Northern California. I'm from Oakland.
Yeah,
It was Hayward, Union City, really. But
two teachers as parents, and
Yeah.
you know, like I mean, it's the same
low
sort of-
income area. Fucking dope. Get some street cred before I moved down to
Right on.
LA, right?
I didn't want street cred. We were okay in Cuba, but then I came here and what are you gonna do?
You probably had cred in Cuba. You lost your cred in Cuba. If you go back, have you gone back since? Have you ever gone back to Cuba?
No, I haven't gone back.
Never, no interest, neither your daughter.
Maybe
Like,
one day. When am I gonna go? Go and have a few shots of rum and talk shit about the government and get arrested? You can't talk about
no,
the
you
government.
can't talk about
Drive in
anything.
one of those
Is it
old
still that
cool
bad?
cars.
Old cool cars.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they go
Yeah.
crazy about. Hey, they shot the Fast and the Furious here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's
the women
bullshit.
are prostitutes. The fucking country sucks. It sucks.
Ugh.
It was really good. Like people are like, it's a great place and everything's cheap and the women you can get them for chocolates. And I'm like, that doesn't make me want to go. I want to be proud of my
No.
country. It's not a good.
Yeah.
I want to be able to give a
thing.
woman something more than just a chocolate.
In 1957, the Cuban dollar was worth maybe 7 cents more than the American. The largest Cadillac dealership was in Cuba,
Right.
not in the United States.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the Japan. Like I want my country to be in competition with the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be a place where people go and let's go party.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that.
No.
It is
No.
sad, but tourists.
That's what the Caribbean is. It's a which
Yeah.
we're turning into.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Banana
banana
Republic.
republic. A lot of
happened?
corruption.
Yeah.
Family dominated.
Right now we're just a
Right?
gap.
The
Yeah.
government. Yeah.
We're a
Yeah.
gap, but we're
We're
going
a
to be
gap.
a
We're
banana
trying to
republic
become a
pretty
banana
soon.
republic. Maybe we're an Abercrombie and Fitch right now. I would say we're mid Abercrombie
We're
and
in
Fitch.
trouble when this guy's daughter and brother-in-law are going to like other countries
Yeah.
and doing stuff and representing us. No one voted for those.
His fucking
unqualified
dumb
people.
hit kids. Yeah.
Yeah, Jared Kushner is like a little weird Nazi puppet, and now he's going and talking to other people on behalf of everybody in
Ugh.
this country.
And Cohen is. Oh, we're doing. Oh no, we're doing it again.
We're doing it again.
We're
Oh my
falling out.
God, we're
We
doing
did
it.
See, it's
But it's the world.
It is the
It's
world.
the world.
Well, that's the thing. We've talked about it a lot. And again, I'm not leaving this country because of Trump. I'm not like we talked about it. He could be gone in a couple of years. I think I'm a positive guy for the most part. I'd like to hope that this means more people are getting active, more people are taking notice and say we have to do something. We can't just let this republic fall because of this is the type of person who's gotten elected. Maybe we have to be active in our community. Maybe we have to act in local politics. Hopefully that'll be the change.
All that has to happen is easy and very difficult. People need to register and vote. That's all that has to happen. Now, they're making that hard. That's where they fucking screw us.
Yeah.
Because they know that.
Right.
So people just have to register and vote Democrat. Vote vote Democrat. Get the Congress and Senate back.
Let's just
and put handcuffs on this guy until the next election and get him out of there.
Let's just get him out. Oh, it would be so nice.
We started on Trump, and look where we got.
Let me talk about.
Isn't that messed up?
Yeah, always. It's every conversation that you have in the 21st century.
But you know what, guys? It's important because you can't not. Right?
Yeah, no,
if we
of
were in
course.
Nazi Germany, it's fucking 1939, and we just invaded Poland, we're not going to not talk about that.
I always talk about how white guys mostly that are silent in times like this. Like there are some celebrities that I
hate that.
I hate them.
I hate
not
that.
that they're outwardly Trump supporters, but when you have influence and in times like this and you don't use it to fight for the right or to inform people
because of your career and all that shit.
You're part of the problem.
I don't like that either.
It goes back to the whole thing. Like I said, somebody trashed me and saying I'm all Hollywood. It's like, no, you know what? I'm actually taking a risk because there was a whole thing back in the day. Michael Jordan. There was a whole thing. There was a bunch of things about
With his
politics.
Hitler
Michael
mustache?
Jordan. No, Michael Jordan was like the biggest basketball player. He was the biggest icon in the world. Everybody all over the world knew who Michael Jordan was. And they had asked him about politics, and he said, "I don't like to talk about politics." They said, "Why not?" And he said, "Because Republicans buy sneakers too." And that was his thing. Like it was all about business. It's like I don't want to offend these people.
There's a lot of people like
and
that.
And now, if you're, I mean. You are actually taking a risk. We're taking a risk. We're like, whatever. If you don't want to watch our show because of the way we believe politically, that's fine. At least give us credit for saying we're standing up for what we actually believe in, knowing that we could sacrifice some of that. But we also hope that, hey, we're just trying to entertain. I don't entertain just for Democrats. I entertain for everybody. But if you don't want to listen to me because of that, then, you know that I really mean what I say. Because I believe it. I'm not just like fucking around. I'm not taking a Hollywood tactic. I know I could lose listeners or viewers or whatever it is. We do it because we're passionate about it because I do feel for the greater good. It is for the better that we all get along and get these guys out.
And believe me, if Jeb Bush would have been nominated and been the president, we wouldn't be having this discussion. We wouldn't be talking about because he's a normal human being.
He's a normal human
Rubio,
being who would be slightly
Sanders.
corrupt. He'd be politically corrupt
we
as
talked
most
for 2 minutes.
politicians.
We talked for 2 minutes about it.
Exactly. There's a normal okay, maybe he patted his hands with a couple donations here and there, but
it's not a war hawk bigot.
No,
he's not a pathological liar.
Yeah.
He's not a pathological liar.
It's terrifying. We're in a terrifying time.
Let's sort of rapid fire because we're at an hour. And Oscar, I love you for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I always have a great time talking with you.
Close by.
Let's do
Really, it's just a walk.
It's just a walk. You should come
I took
over
my
more
scooter
often.
here.
Take your scooter out. Let's favorite moment from The Office. Could you pin it down?
Oh, so many. It was when we first started. It was great. And when Steve left, it was heartbreaking, but it was great having Will Ferrell there to be there.
Oh, that was hilarious.
To kind of help us with that. That was really sweet, and boy, that was a tough moment. My favorite moment was, of course, when we did the gay witch hunt. That was my episode. And when he kissed me, that one comes to mind. But there's so many, and
it's so great. It's on Netflix now. My kid he's just discovered it. And although there are some topics that I'm like, maybe a 12-year-old is not ready for, but there's stuff. It's great. It's so
funny because he's like a year away from being able to. He's probably 13, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we're watching it, and it's great. I'm having a whole new. I mean, I loved it as it went on, but I have a whole new appreciation now watching you and Rain. I'm just like, I'm just
crazy.
Now
so
I get
funny.
a little bit more of a critical eye, and I'm like, wow, look what he's doing in this scene. Look what you're doing. Like, just the brilliance of the ability to talk straight to the camera and have these little subtleties.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, it's such a wonderful show.
And it's the most rewatched show on Netflix. I don't know any of the statistics, but I'm sure of it. I've
gotta
watched
be
it
up
3
And
times
I love
over
it because
now.
I love it also because because the premise is so simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't
Well,
need
Gervais
to-
is just.
Gervais, he created it.
Yeah, he
you
never
know?
has to do it. Did you get to work with him at all?
No, but I've
Did
met
he
him.
pop- he
I've
popped
met
by
him a
the
couple
set, I'm
times.
sure.
Yeah. No,
Right?
no, but I've met him
No?
at awards stuff. Yeah, him and Steve Merchant.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
I love both of them so
They're pretty
much.
great. Joey, questions for Oscar. Quick, rapid fire.
Does Kevin really talk like that?
No,
No, I know. I knew the answer to that. Rapid fire questions are never good when the person
they're-
coming up with them has
I'm
to come
sorry.
up with
You
them
think it one?
rapidly also.
How does it feel to be one of the rare people to give Betty White a lap dance?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the best. That was the best part of that movie. Was
Oh my God, that was
making
hilarious. Yeah.
making friends with Betty White, and I've made a lifelong friend with Dennis O'Hare.
Okay.
Who's,
Oh,
also
wow.
on the- who's in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
What was that tough? I mean, that's you're going. You're down to the skivvies.
Well,
in
no,
that.
the-
I mean, was it just? I
The
mean,
thi-
you're a funny guy.
That scene
Yeah.
was the first day of shooting for me.
Holy shit.
So I never met them before.
Wow.
And I show up at 7 a.m. in that bar in a robe, and I'm like, "Hello, Mary Steenburgen, hi." And then we just got into it. I'm like, "Oh, whatever, you know." Here we. This is,
it's so
but that
fun.
was I didn't get to have other scenes before that. They're like,
Okay.
"Who the fuck is this guy?"
Really?
And it was fun until like from 7 to 11, I kept texting my girlfriend, now wife, and I'm like, "This is great, whatever." And by 4 p.m., I'm like, "Oh my God, this has to be over. I can't go on much longer. I can't wait."
How many takes? Yeah,
fucking
you're
1,000,
You're throwing a
'cause
groin in
cover
Sandy
the-
Bullock's face.
They cover the other shots
Oh.
and cover everything. So we were there the whole day.
Oh,
but you
man.
can't complain because Betty White's not complaining. And
Yeah.
it's 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't complain. She's not complaining. She's 90.
Right. No, she
Neither
was
is the guy
excited.
cutting up her lunch into tiny little chewable bits. He's not complaining.
He's not complaining.
He was
No
there
one's
all day
complaining.
too.
He had a little bullet machine. Blend that shit up, and there you go, Betty. Straw it up. No, she's fantastic. Another icon.
That movie, The Proposal's great. The
Yeah.
Proposal's a,
Good.
a
Right
hidden
for a
gem.
rom-com, it's
oh
it's
my
a good
god,
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
it's
no.
so good.
And Ryan Reynolds, you get to work with
They're
him.
funny people. Sandra is awesome. Have you had her on?
No.
Oh yeah,
I've-
Sandra's our recurring guest. She comes by once
she's
a week
big
at
fan of the
least.
show. She comes out. No, I bumped into her at a party recently.
She's
a
really cool.
Friend's party, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!"
No,
She walked
she's
in right
awesome.
on his blind side.
Oh,
He's like,
ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
She's cool because you could blow smoke up her butt. She's totally into it. She's like, "Hey, what's up?" Blah 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 blah. She's awesome.
She
and
was a
so is
regular-
Ryan. Ryan's very cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about Deadpool 2. We have to do a
Yeah.
we nerd out a little
Comes
bit.
out
I don't know, like
Friday.
the Marvel
Rob
universe.
Delaney.
Oh yeah, Rob Delaney's in it. I'm so excited to see Rob
diabetes.
Delaney. I'm a big fan. Do you watch Catastrophe?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Rob's
Have you watched
Rob-
it? You gotta watch Catastrophe.
Rob
Come
is
on with it.
amazing.
It's
Rob is a
so
funny
funny,
guy.
but also a Boston guy. Very funny.
Oh, he's a Boston guy.
yeah. Originally Boston guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, so fun. What did you work with him on? Did you work?
I've done like
Just-
like things with him, like stand-up things with him.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you about because I just talked to Bruce and he said you just got done. I missed it. Hopefully, I can catch it online or what. But the Food Network, you just got off of doing this the worst chefs
Yes.
in America.
Yes.
First of all, fuck that. How come you don't get the best chef? How come Oscar Nunez doesn't get to taste the best food?
No, we're cooking.
You're cooking. Oh, you were
Yes.
cooking. Okay, see, he didn't explain this to me.
No.
I thought you were a judge. And
No.
it
We're
was a
cooking.
celebrity edition
Yes.
of. Okay. So you were a bad cook. Are you a bad cook?
Yeah.
I apologize. He missed.
Maria Bamford was there.
Okay.
And Ian, what's his last
Ziering.
name? Yes.
Yeah.
We became
Catherine
friends.
Bach
He's
from
a good
Daisy,
guy.
from Daisy.
Catherine was there,
Yeah.
and Latoya
Oh my God.
Jackson, and Bronson Pinchot, and Nolan Gould from Modern Family, the kid.
Huh, yeah.
Oh my God! Wow. So,
Star-studded cast.
Can we say who won? Do we know, or is that out already?
Is it over? I think Latoya won.
I think Latoya won.
Of
Wow.
course.
She's got time to cook.
She's got
a
time
good-
to cook.
she's-
Yeah.
You're working on new shows.
She's a good cook,
She's a good cook.
and so is Ian,
really.
and so is Catherine. In that order. I
Wow,
think.
okay.
I thought Ian was going to win. He and Latoya were the best cooks.
okay.
I am not a good cook, as advertised.
Yeah.
I suck.
That's it.
I
Worst
don't know
cooks
how
in
I made
America.
it as far as I did. Bronson is not a good cook either, and neither is Nolan. The three of us were like, yeah, we're not good cooks.
Right.
Latoya's a good cook.
Did you
So
learn
is-
it?
so is
Who's
Ian.
teaching you on that?
The
Is it
the-
Jada or is it you don't even? Like, is it Bobby Flay? Does it?
No, I
those
forgot
guys
to
come
get-
in.
oh my
Guy
God,
Fieri.
what's his
Guy
name?
Fieri with the blonde hair. You don't have to.
No.
We can cut all this out.
No, you don't have to cut it out.
No.
It's the celebrity worst cooks. They
Celebrity
were
worst
great.
cooks.
The cooks
Okay.
were the chefs were amazing. Really nice people.
That's another thing. Kardashians are celebrities. Chefs are celebrities.
Yep.
I think that's it. Like that's the only celebrity, and I'm going to lean toward chefs if that's
Chefs,
the-
right?
If that's what I have to
if
choose
that's what
from.
you have to choose
Yeah.
from.
How
I would
about
prefer-
artists who perform really well and delve into characters and make you laugh and make you think and dream and do all these
Nope.
different
They
things?
also
Chefs.
pull
Nope.
their penises out, though.
No, well, not Oscar.
What?
He stayed in his
No,
skinnies.
you keep that penis in your pants.
I did.
That's right.
That's so fun.
Oh, that's such a great movie.
It's a bare minimum, but we did it.
All right, that's an hour and 15 minutes of
Oscar.
Oscar time.
That's good.
And
Thank you, guys.
Only
Thank
45
you.
or 50 minutes were spent on Trump, so that wasn't too bad.
Not bad. Pretty good for us.
But we give us
We could
a
have done the whole thing.
No,
so
no.
as a future past sort of thing. Give us something you would say to a young 13, 15-year-old Oscar Nunez now. Like if you knowing now what you know, what would you tell him?
When you're 18, go straight to Los Angeles and join the Groundlings.
Which of course, Oscar is a Groundling. Sunday Company, a full company.
Sunday Company. But having said that, who knows if it would have turned? I would have. You never know.
It is
But
hard to say.
that's what I'm thinking. I would have come out to LA sooner.
So,
Yeah.
Fuck the dental stuff.
And forget about New York and the theater and all that. Come do funny in
Come do
Los
funny in
Angeles.
LA.
Yeah, that's. What would you have said to?
Put the gun down, Kurt.
Stay away from in sophomore year. There's a girl you should stay away from. But I was, you know what? I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of always.
It
I
turned
think I
out
had a
okay.
plan.
Right?
I turned out okay.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
the same way. I'm like, well, what if I did make it when I'm 23, and then I
Yeah.
would have blown it all on blow and.
Yeah, I would say
Fucking
don't
craziness.
waste as much time. Don't waste as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's my time.
Get those priorities.
I'm in the moment. I'm in the age right now where people give the advice. So like
Yeah.
in 40 years, I'm gonna be like, fuck. Really wish I would have listened to this podcast
Yeah, you
and
should've
heard
listened to
everything
this
that my guest
podcast,
was
yeah.
saying about
You're in the
warning
right
me.
city. You're in the right place.
I am in the right
That's
city
for
at the
sure.
right time, but that, I mean, everybody has regrets. Everybody
Yeah.
feels
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
should have done.
Absolutely.
You know, should have taken those penis pills.
Still do it now. I mean, we worked on stuff, and I'm like, we should have been writing that thing. We started this podcast because we started writing a script together. And we're like, hey, you want to do a podcast? And we started putting all our energy into
What's
this.
easier, a script or a podcast?
Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Podcast 1 hour a day, and then it's done.
And then it's done, and we get to talk to great people like Oscar Nunez. But I feel like I do feel accomplished. I feel like we've covered a lot of ground, and we've talked to a lot of great people. And I feel like this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we actually, busted our ass, we could look back and cut out little things. We usually do an audio theater, which you're an improviser, which is mainly
Get
us.
to
just
any
going,
today.
we
Usually
didn't
they're
get
pretty
any-
organic. They
They're
birth
organic,
themselves.
Yeah, but we'll have to get Oscar in another one. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Sure,
being
my
here.
pleasure.
Everybody, hit up Oscar. Not on Facebook. You won't find him there.
Nope.
He's not there.
That's a fake Oscar
Where can
Nunez.
they? Not any social media.
Not till Zuckerberg. I tweet out a little bit. I used to be on Twitter. My wife's like, "You need to stop that. You're going crazy."
Oh, really? You don't.
No, I tweet out a little bit, and that's it. I do nothing.
At Oscar Nunez or Oscar?
Oscar Nunez, LA, I think.
Not to
Look
be
for that.
It's not
Any
worth it
projects?
because I don't comment anymore on anything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So because you
It's
just
tough.
get angry.
People, I hate when people are like, "Oh my god, are they saying Yanny or Laurel?" And you're like, people are being slaughtered all over the world."
Yeah. No. So, but find Oscar on People of Earth. There are 2 seasons.
People
of
of
that
Earth
so
for 2 seasons. We may shoot the next one. We don't know yet. We're
We're
waiting to
knocking
see.
on wood
Ooh,
for that.
excited.
And
Up in Toronto.
yeah,
So maybe I'll be a guest star by that time. Hopefully, I'll be. I'll be in
You'll
Canada.
be in
I'll be a registered
Canada.
Canadian actor at
Don't
some
count
point.
your eggs.
But who knows? I'm waiting for other gigs. I'm assuming once the house sale is finished, that's when I'll book a series that keeps me in LA for 7 years.
but you could still do that and
I
still
could
live
still
in
be-
Vancouver.
and still live in
It's
Vancouver.
still
That's what I'm
cool.
gonna do.
Look
I'm
at
gonna do
Steve
it.
Zahn. He lives in like Missouri.
Dude, you could do whatever you want now.
Yeah.
It's in the same time zone. You're okay.
Yeah. No. I'm here. I'm back and forth, and I will take your advice. I'm not going to tell any more people about it. Although Although I will have a whole show dedicated to that.
And all those casting directors you told, now I regret it. Now I'm like,
No,
It doesn't
don't
matter.
say it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
People forget me as soon as I leave the room. Joey Bragg, at Joey Bragg on Twitter, on Instagram,
Yep.
and you will see political statements. So if
You will.
that's not your thing, go fuck yourself.
and I have something to promote. May 21st, catch me on at the UCB Theater on If You Build It, Los Angeles. A
Oh.
show with Kara Clank.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
May
so
21st,
May
right on.
21st, this
May
Monday.
21st, that's next week. So we're going to drop this tomorrow, Thursday. And so, we'll have plenty of time to get that.
Yeah.
I'll be at the Colfax World Fair being an MC.
Cool
on this
beans.
weekend. I do that for the kids. I do it for the kids, Joey. You know I do it for the kids. At Mr. At my new Instagram. If you want to follow my Canadian adventures, it's at I Don't Speak Canada, because there's a girl who already has I Don't Speak Canadian, which really gets me mad, and I want to.
Gets me
I want to
mad.
pay. It gets me mad. It gets
That's
me
something
mad.
Canadians
Somebody
say.
had an idea that I had first,
Yeah.
right? And doesn't that get you mad, Oscar?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, look up I Don't Speak Canada and follow me there on Instagram, and you can see all the adventures. I'll keep everything Canadian there, and then but obviously Toots Future Past will go on. We'll Skype, we'll do it all that. But we got a lot more coming down the line. Thank you for listening. Hit us up at DOFPcast on Instagram or Twitter, and we will talk to you soon. Oscar Nunez! Woo! Bye.